Hello YouTube and welcome to another tutorial. So in this video I'm going to show you a little trick that can prevent you from messing up with your entire database application. So are you ready? Let's get started. So let's say that you are working in a database. For example, here I will use Maria database as an example. Okay, so let's connect to it. So I'll use MySQL -u and I will log on as a root. Okay, so as you can see here I'm connected to the instance of MariaDB. So let me show you the databases that I have. So actually here I'm working with the default installation of MariaDB. Okay, so let's create, for example, a database. So I will create a database as an example and I will name it, for example, Oracle. Okay, here we go. So in this database we'll be actually also creating a table. Okay, so let's create a table and I will name it, for example, users. Okay, and I will made actually some columns. So I will use first column as an ID, which is an integer, and it's auto incremented. Okay, auto increment actually. I'll use another column, for example, name. So that would be varchar 15, for example. Let's use another column, for example, here password. And also that would be varchar 50. So this is just an example, you can make whatever you want. So but in order to illustrate this trick I will create this actually table here. And finally let's add a role which will be also varchar 50. Okay, and finally my primary key is actually the column ID. Okay, so this is it. This is just a simple table for illustration. Okay, so here I didn't actually select a database, so I will use Oracle as my database. Okay, and let's actually create the table. So as you can see now the table has been created. Let me show you the table with the command show tables. Here we go. So I have the table users. Okay, so now let's add some data into this table. Okay, so I'll insert into users. I will specify here the column. So the first column, which is an ID, is auto incremented, so I will leave that. So all I have to do is to fill the fields name, password, and finally the role. Okay, and I will fill that with some values. Okay, so for example, for the name I will make Sarah. For the password I can make something random here. Okay, and for the role that would be, for example, user, because here we have to specify just two roles, user and admin. So let's make, for example, Sarah is simple user. Okay, and I guess that's it. So here actually I have to make Sarah between quotes. Here we go, because it's varchar. Okay, now so let's add some more data here. So I will add another user which will be John, for example, and this time I will make John an admin. Okay, let's add another user, this time Rebecca, and with some random password, and also that will be user. Okay, and finally let's add last user, which will be this time Max, with also some random password here, and also it is a user. Okay, so let me now show you the content of this table here. So first I will clear the screen, then I will select all from our table users. Okay, so now I have our 4 actually lines of users. Okay, so let's say now that you want to actually change the user Sarah to be an admin. So all I have to do here is to change its role from user to admin. So I may execute this command, update users. Okay, I will set actually the role is equal to admin. Okay, but what happened here if I execute this command? So I will show you what it will happen actually. Okay, so this command actually it's not correct, but because it will set up all the users as an admin. Okay, and this is, we don't want that. We want only the user Sarah to be an admin. So I might actually be net careful and execute this command as it is, and it will actually accidentally turn all actually the users into an admin. Okay, so how can we prevent that? So the trick here is pretty simple. This is the trick that I want to show you. So before executing any command, you must always actually start a transaction. Okay, so you must always start a transaction. So now whenever you execute a command, so for example let's now try to say that to update the table with an error, update users. I want to set user Sarah, but I want to set the rule equal to admin. So as I told you, this is the false command because we didn't specify condition. So this command will turn all the users into an admin. So let's say that we did execute this command actually by accident. Okay, so now if I select our users, you can see that I have changed all its rules to admin. So there is no coming back from this situation. Okay, we just mess up all the data in our database. Okay, but did you know that you can actually prevent that with simple command? This command actually is rollback. Okay, but this command only works if you start a transaction as we did here. So the first thing to do is to start the transaction, and now when you are sure that the result is the one that you want and you check and you're happy with it, you can actually just commit. But now let's say that I checked and I see that everything is false, so I can just roll back, and here we go. Now if I do select, you can see that I returned to initial actually situation. Okay, so it means this rollback prevent me from messing up with all the data in my database. Okay, it prevents actually to do all the changes now manually. So if you are actually happy, so let's say that I want to change here. I have to make a condition where user, or actually where name is equal to Sarah. Okay, so this is the correct sentence. Okay, so you can see now only one row is changed. So let's verify that. We have our two users, Sarah and John, the only one that are admin. So now that I am happy with the result, I can just commit my changes. Okay, here we go. So remember to always start a transaction before doing any changes to your database. So in this way it will prevent you from messing up with your database data. Okay, so it was just a quick video to show you how to use transactions actually in any database, and this is the most underrated actually command that a lot of beginners and also professional users for database actually forget to do before actually doing anything in your database. So as always, I hope it has been informative for you, and I want to thank you for viewing. Bye bye.